if Johnny Boy comes on top side control, and he is just smothering me. This is a very good position for my partner, right? If you look at his legs, his knee is next to my hip, his other knee is next to my face. If you notice, he's very based and wide, okay? This is the prime position for the person on top side control. He has a nasty wide base, his crushing me with his shoulder. This might happen to a lot of you guys, is that this arm feels hopeless. It feels trapped. Like, I remember when I was younger, like, I couldn't do anything with this arm. First thing is you need to use your hands. Get your arm back in use. If this arm is here, you're gonna have a terrible time trying to get your guard back. So my arm is stuck. My partner, if you look at his legs, is very based. His one knee is next to my hip. His one knee is right next to my face. Very wide, very based out. I need to get this arm in a position where I can use it to attack, okay? So what I have to do is I have to elbow my elbow right to the mat. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to grab his belt and try to bring my hand right underneath his belly. I'm gonna try to elbow my elbow right to the mat, boom. Okay, it's gonna be really hard. This is probably one of the harder steps of this technique. But when you're here, I like to grab the belt, okay? But don't just grab the belt here. I want you guys to try to get underneath, boom, just like this. I want you to try to get like underneath his belly. So I'm like I can almost like bench press him, okay? I wanna get right underneath his belly. Now, yet again, Johnny Boy might be putting a lot of pressure on me. I'm flat on my back. Usually I want to be on my side so I can attack, like try to get my guard back. But if I'm going against someone 200 super heavy on me, right, it's not going to work. So when I'm here and I'm getting crushed, I'm going to plant my feet right on the mat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my feet, I'm going to use my hips to push into my partner. So I plant, I'm going to push my hips into my partner. As soon as I do that, there's space now. I'm going to bring my hand underneath, boom. I have my prayer hands, okay? This is perfect. Now, one thing I really don't recommend, this will make you waste a shit ton of energy, is when my partner is on top and I'm here and I'm just trying to explode my hips like that. It is extremely hard, especially against a bigger opponent. You're gonna waste a lot of your energy. So I gotta take my time. I will sit in bottom side control, wait, like I'll be here, I'll be waiting. He's gonna be crushing me. But when I feel like the perfect time is there, I'll plant my feet, boom, boom, right? I take my time, I wait, make sure I have my grips. Now, from here, we're gonna do the exact same movement. I'm gonna plant my feet. I'm gonna explode my hips towards my partner. So I plant my feet, explode. Now look, my hips are off the mat. As soon as I'm here, I lift my hips up. I'm gonna use my hands to push. It's like I'm doing a hip escape. I lift my hips up and I'm pushing my partner away. One more time. I'm here, I lift my hips up and it's like I'm using my hands to push my partner away. I'm gonna use my hands to start hip escaping. Boom. You notice how I'm pushing my butt away. I gotta get myself away from my partner. This whole time, as soon as I hip escape, my partner's gonna start to crush me. So I gotta kinda kick my leg back through. I plant my feet again, explode, I start to hip escape. But when I'm hip escaping, I'm using my grips to push my partner away. This fraction of a second, I gotta get my leg back through. For sure, that's gonna be the hardest part for some of you guys, but that few little seconds you guys gotta be quick and get your leg back through. To be honest, this leg is going to get trapped a lot of times. It depends on how fast you are, okay? Because I might be here with Johnny Boy and I come here and I might get trapped in half guard. Or a lot of times what I'll try to trap people in is in this butterfly hook, okay? So when you are there and you're trying to make space, explode to the point where you have enough space to almost re-guard. Other than that, you might end up getting caught, all right? So one thing I like to do, very simple, is whatever side my partner is on, I'm gonna use this leg, okay? I like to bring it right on top of my knee. I'm gonna try to bring my knee right into his belly. So if he does start to go for mount or knee on belly, it's gonna be a lot harder, a lot tighter, because my knee's in the way, right? And if he does make this little bit of space, what do you think I'm gonna do? Boom. Okay, so that's why I like to keep that foot here. It's constantly making sure that he's not gonna switch to mount or knee on belly. First thing I like to do is I like to put my foot up just so I'm blocking him from going to mount or knee on belly. Second step, I bring my elbow right to the mat. From here, I gotta plant my hips, because I'm gonna bring both my feet right to the mat just like this, okay? When I'm here, I'm very solid, very based out, very planted, okay? I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna extend my hips up to the sky, but towards my partner. So I'm here, I plant, I'm gonna lift up, but towards my partner. Boom. As soon as I do that, prayer hand, boom. Yet again, I have my leg back up. I'm in a good position, I have my grips, I don't wanna lose them. Right, so I'm staying here, I'm not wasting my energy. When I feel like I'm ready, I plant my feet again. I'm gonna extend them up and to the side. Now if you notice, I'm using my hands to push myself back. When I'm here, you literally have a fraction of a second to try to bring your leg back, okay? Especially against a bigger opponent, it's gonna be really, really hard, but make your space. Really push your hips away, push yourself away from your partner to create a lot more space for yourself. I'm gonna get crushed by someone who's 200 pounds, no doubt about it, but if I can explode and make that little bit of space, I'm gonna be able to attack from there, if that makes sense. So first thing I really recommend you don't do is be very narrow. This is bad because I can start to get my leg underneath, maybe get my guard back because he's very narrow and long. If he's very straight and long like this, it might be really easy for me to out-muscle my partner and kind of throw him to the side because he's not very based out, right? Same thing goes for this. You don't want to be too far on this side. You don't want to be too far on this side. So if my partner is leaning over way, way too much, I might do that same thing we were doing earlier, plant my feet and try to lift my hips and roll. It's not really a crazy sweep. All I'm doing is using his weight that is being too far over to my advantage. So say I'm doing this to John and I'm kind of going too far over, he might really easily sweep me. So you don't want to be too far over to one side, you don't want to be too far over on the other side, right? Try to always have your chest to chest with him. Always try to stay very based out. Okay guys, so this isn't really like a certain technique or anything, but it is a way that I want you guys to use your weight to your advantage. Does work in side control a lot. When you're passing the guard or fighting from side control or something like that, especially turtle, I want you guys using your weight a certain way. So if my partner's in turtle, this is just for example. When I'm here, think of it like this. If I'm on my knees, I'm at my weakest point with my weight, right? I'm not that heavy. My partner's gonna be able to move because I'm not that heavy on him, right? So this is level 1, right? Level 2 would be me on my toes. There's a lot more weight into my partner. Think of it like I'm just leaning on top of him. Definitely makes it a lot harder for him to move because my body weight is on top of him. But this is what I want some of you guys to try to do a little bit more, okay? Is try to use your hips. So I like to constantly stay on my toes, okay? I never like to drop to my knee. I'm always on my toes. When I'm here, I can stay like this or like this, like a sprawling position on my partner. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to push your hips into your partner. This compared to this is very different, okay? Think of it like I'm sprawling on my partner. You can already tell that John is moving over to the side. I'm not necessarily trying to push him over, but that weight is keeping him in his position, right? If I'm having all my weight on my partner, kind of squishing him with my hips, every little movement on bottom for John is gonna use so much more energy. So if I'm here like this, and John rolls or tries to get out, like he's gonna do it a lot easier compared to if I'm here with my weight on him, try to roll or whatever, right? It's gonna be a lot harder because I have my weight on him. I don't want you guys to think of it like you're just sprawling on your partner, because when you're sprawling on your partner, I need you guys keeping your hips low to the point where he can't regard. So for example, from side control, if I'm here like this, a lot of times I'll stay on my knee, but if I'm trying to put pressure in my partner, if he comes to this side, look, I have my toes on the mat and I'm just flopping my hips to the mat just like this. Like I'm hovering over the mat. The only thing touching right now are my toes. Literally, I'm driving my hips into my partner a lot, okay? What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to tripod too much, because if you're here like this, Johnny Boy can easily start to hip escape and see how much space there was for him to bring his leg back. That's why I want you guys keeping your hips low to the mat. Yet again, guys, I'm on my toes. All my body weight is onto my partner. I'm not just here, I'm driving my hips into my opponent, okay? Always make sure your hips are low, but never being lazy on your knees, okay?